Hello everyone and welcome to English and Beyond. I am CJ Roy and in today's lesson we will learn about simple past. Simple past, its affirmative and negative statements with examples. So without wasting any time, let's get started with today's class. Alright then, let's dive straight into our topic today. So here we are, simple past tense, affirmative statements. How to make affirmative statements in the simple past tense, just like we did with simple present tense in the earlier video. So we have first person, second person, third person, singular and plural both. And starting with first person, if the subject of that sentence is I, then we need to use that subject first. Then the next one will be the verb. But here, this is simple past tense. So the verb form will be V2. It's not V1 present form, the root form like in the simple present. This is past, so we need to use the verb's second form, that is past form or verb 2 or V2, what we call. So our example verb is write. The past tense of write is, the V2 form of the verb write is wrote. So simple. I wrote a letter every day. I wrote a letter. So remember, you replace this wrote with any verb. Whatever verb you use, either main verbs or auxiliary verbs, and they have a past form, then we need to use the V2 past form. So I wrote a letter. Simple, easy. Coming to second person now, you. Singular and plural both you. No change here as well. After the subject you, it should be V2 form, that is wrote. So you wrote a letter every day. And now third person. Here in the simple present we saw, we need to use subject he, she, it plus the main verb with S. But in the past tense, there is no S. So there is no problem. It's cool, it's easy. Simply use the V2 form. So he, she, it wrote V2, past form. He wrote a letter every day. She wrote a letter every day. It wrote a letter every day. And first person plural now, we. Same, similar. Subject we plus V2 form of the verb. So write, wrote. Wrote is the V2. So we wrote a letter. And similarly, the third person plural they. After they, we use V2 form, wrote. So this is quite easy here. The affirmative, very easy. Just remember the subject, the pronoun, whatever pronoun, personal, demonstrative, indefinite pronoun, or any noun. Pronouns are, as I said in the earlier video, pronouns are used instead of nouns. So any noun which forms as a subject, after that, the main verb in the simple past will always be in the V2 form. That's the only thing you need to remember in this tense here, in the affirmative statement. So I think this is pretty clear and there is no difficulty as such here. So let's move to our next, that is negative statements. How to frame negative statements in the simple past tense. So here are the negative statements in the simple past. Now here you need to remember something very special here, an important thing where we keep making mistake. So what is it? Let us see. First person. Say I wrote a letter. I wrote. I subject wrote V2 form. That is affirmative statement. And when we make negative, we need to add a negative word, which is here not, N-O-T, not. I explained when we learned simple present tense, the auxiliary verb is always do. And in the third person, we add an S and becomes does, do and does. And do is also used as a main verb, and it has got three forms. So the V1 form of do is do, of course, the root form. And the V2 form is did, and V3 form, past participle form, done. Do, did, done. Now here, do in the simple present tense is an auxiliary verb. Similarly, in the simple past, we need to use the past form of that do, and the past form is always did. So here, did is used as an auxiliary verb, helping verb, not as a main verb. Our main verb here is wrote or write. So how we will frame the negative sentence here? I wrote a letter becomes I did. That is the auxiliary verb, the past tense of do. I did and then not. I did not write a letter. Now, this is one area, that verb, please watch that carefully, right? In the affirmative, we said I wrote. But in the negative, since we use the past form of the auxiliary did, the main verb will be changed or converted to its root form, that is V1, verb 1, present form. So we have to say, I did not write a letter every day. But the mistake, most of us, even learned, educated people, sometimes they make this mistake. They say, I did not wrote a letter. I did not brought my pen. Even children in the class, when we ask, Sir, I'm sorry, I did not brought my book, which is wrong. We can never say, I did not brought. We must say, I did not bring. Just like here, I did not write a letter. Why do we use the present form in the past, simple past, that is write instead of wrote? The reason is that auxiliary verb we changed from present form to V2, past form, did. I hope you understood this. And then did plus not, the contracted form is didn't, didn't. Okay, so you can say this way, I did not write a letter, or else I didn't write a letter. Similarly, second, you wrote changes into you did not write or you didn't write. Easy enough. And everywhere, all the persons, simple past is very easy. The only thing you need to remember is when we use negative, we use did, or did not, we use. And the important thing is after did, the verb should always be V1. So third person singular, he, she, it did not write a letter, not did not wrote a letter. Please, that is the mistake we keep committing. Next is we did not write a letter. We did not write. Again, please note, it is not we did not wrote. So why I said did, we have already used there as the auxiliary verb. And last one, they, third person plural, they. They did not write a letter every day. I hope this is clear here. It is important that you note this. So let us just revise what we did today. Simple past tense. We learned to use statements which are both affirmative and negative. In the affirmative, we use the subject, whatever may be the subject we use, and after that, the main verb, or even the auxiliary verbs, if it is there is only one auxiliary verb, it has got its past form. We need to use the V2 form. So I wrote, you wrote, we wrote, they wrote, he, she, it wrote. After every subject, always in the simple past, it will be subject plus V2. That's it. And in the negative, what we learned today is, in the negative, we use did as the auxiliary verb. In the simple past, remember, we are speaking about simple past. So in the simple present, it was do and does, and the do and does changes into its V2 form, did in the simple past. But remember, the main thing, as I told you once again, when we use did, the next main verb should always be in the V1, the root form of the verb. So it is I did not write, okay, not I did not wrote. I, you, we, he, she, it, they, any subject, any noun. My father did not bring the book for me. The teacher did not tell me. Don't say the teacher did not told me. Some people, students I have seen say, I did not told you, sir. I did not told you, sir, which is wrong. Absolute rubbish. English, that is. You must say, I did not, you did not tell, not told. Remember, after did, it's always the V2 form. This is the one thing that you need to take care of this. Simple past tense. Simple past is pretty easy. Only just remember the verb in the V2 form, but in the negative, it is always in the V1 form because we have used did. Well, that's all for today. In the next video, we will continue with the simple past tense and we will be learning affirmative and negative questions, how to make affirmative and negative questions in the simple past. And in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, this class, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, English and Beyond. Until we meet again in the next video, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep growing with English and Beyond. Thank you for watching and take care.